Hello, I'm Kads, and welcome to today's video. I actually wasn't planning on making a video today, but they surprised us by bringing the Soul Chase a little bit earlier than expected. Normally, it pops up around Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of around the Hydra reset, and I prefer to wait until after Hydra resets for the week. But nonetheless, it's here, it's now, and it's not going to be able to last as long until Hydra resets, so we're going to do our Soul Stones over the weekend. It seems we are back to the regular cadence of roughly 4 weeks. In this case, it's a few days sooner, as we kind of talked about, so I don't have the maximum amount that I would have in 4 weeks, but we're basically there. I still have a 70 mortal soul stones to pull today. So let's dive into the Soul Chase tournament, where I will just say right off the gate that essentially none of the rewards have changed. They're in the same places we expect them to be. 545 for the Void Chart, 865 for the first tome, 1270 for the second tome and beyond. But usually we don't get there anyways. And our track record recently is that we don't even get to 865, which we'll see. We'll see if that's the case. So no change there. And real quickly, let's take a look at the spreadsheet here, which will be linked in the description box down below if you want to check it out. And the way this works, essentially, we just have all the point totals based on the rarity and tier of the soul, and then all of the rates that are published in the game for us to see calculated into these values here, which you can equate to mythical tome, legendary tome, void chart, etc. But the main thing I wanted to highlight this go around is that I actually added a column here for what I'm calling small sample truncation. And so this was due to one of the comments on the last poll session that we're not really accurately capturing the true average, just because we're looking at a relatively small sample size, meaning that the extremes of good RNG aren't really going to show up unless you just happen to get lucky in that particular session. So let me know if you do want me to propagate these values out to all the rewards milestones. You can see how that would look. But essentially, we're cutting off some of the really unlikely things, and this is kind of a more realistic average that you're going to expect for each of your 10 pops. So around 4 for per mortal soulstone, around 12 per immortal, and then 180 or 190 for an eternal. Then we're looking at the point totals for each of the 10 pops of the mortals. We'll be looking for around 40 points compared to looking for 80 points, so about half, unfortunately. So as I mentioned, it has been roughly 4 weeks, and this is our soulstone total for this session here. I like to pull the mortals in 10, so we're only going to be pulling 70. Could have had 80 if this was on the normal day of the week, that being Tuesday through Thursday or Tuesday through Friday, however the days, depending on your time zone, differentiate. So we gained, just about the same for a 4-week period. 70 to 80 is my usual average. And then for the immortals, we're a bit on the shorter side because I've only gained about 3. I had 8 last time we did this, and I pulled 5, so we've gained 3 to get back to 6. And of course, 0 on the eternals. They haven't put those in anything obtainable thus far, at least in the past month. So let's get to it, starting off with the mortal soulstones. And of course, I will say once again, to summarize at the top of this, we are trying to get the first legendary tome at 865. But if we do not get there, then it is a-okay. So as the first 10 pop here, we have a mythical champion who I probably have because there's so few of them. Visix 1-star. I don't think I have that, so that's an upgrade for her, or it's a blessing for her. 2-star Astralis, don't have her. And I think the point total here was 85. So that's actually really good. That's more on par with the universal average, and not even, it's above the truncated average. So that's a good start. 64. Kind of splitting the hairs there between the two of them. Let's see. Yizzo, I think that's how you actually say it, at least in the Call of the Arbiter series. That's how they said it. Korrigan the Crown, not really excited about that. Another mythical champion, 1-star Aphidas. Don't have any mythicals on the account. 2-star for Archmage's Helmet. Probably is a blessing for him as well. I don't think he has anything. Weregrin, his only purpose is to feed into Lady Mikage. Malekith, I don't actually have. Let's see, next 10 pop here, 50 points, so closer to the small sample average. So this is again where we kind of expect to see the values. And 1-star Kitus, not really that interesting. 2-star Delver. Berserker is a rare that I do use for secret rooms. Rhonda, 1-star. I think I already paid the essence or paid the coins for that, so that's unfortunate, but I guess that can be sold, so that's kind of a freebie. Avir the Alchemage is another rare that I use for Doom Tower Hard secret rooms. Double Gear Grinder, look at that. But yeah, so good, I guess, Phantom Touch for some rare champions that I use for secret rooms, extra damage. Not much to say about the other epics here. And then the last 10 pop before I think we have to make some space. 49, again, right on where we expect to be relative to the small sample truncated average. 3-star for Doom Priest. I think I actually have 3-star on her, so that is not helpful. 2-star on Fenix, that is an upgrade, so he gets a lot of attack, actually, 400, something like that. Ulfrig, is a Lady Mikage champion who I do not have yet. Sanguini, 1-star. I don't think she has a blessing, so that's helpful. Sylar, I don't actually use yet. And yeah, let's go make some space and I'll be right back. Okay, space has been created. Let's get back in. We have 3 more 10 pops to go. 240. Okay. Rubs hands together. We got something good here. Maybe we can get the legendary tome today, or we're just getting hard baited by RNG's getting us close, but not quite there. That's not it. It has to be a 4-star mythical soul for our base. Hey, I don't have her. Probably never will, but I'll take it for the points. Not much else to say. Yaga is absolutely terrible for an epic. Coldheart, I already have many copies of her for low stars, but you know, maybe if I get a 5-star, 6-star, whatever, it'd be nice to get that for Coldheart. Raka Viletide, I forget her name. Don't have her. 67. Again, splitting the difference between the small sample and the universal average. I guess finally we got some good RNG. So I don't think it's enough overall to get us really where we want to be. Relative to the legendary tome, but nonetheless, hey, it's better than getting to like 500 or something. Ugo, I already have higher for her. Wearing on the Soakin. I do run her in Faction Wars and potentially Curse City. I haven't used her yet, but I probably will in the future for some stages, so 4-star on her is pretty neat. 3-star for Grush. I think that is an upgrade for him as well. To use him in Faction Wars. 44, right on the small sample average. So I guess we kind of confirmed that that little truncation thing we did is pretty darn accurate. So we're getting, like, it looked like the worst case has been around 40 or so points. Ooh, a 1-star for Sir Nick. I do have him, and I did build him out for the Cursed City. So that might help with some of the awakening stages. I don't think it will help me in this particular case, but in the future, just having 1-star on him might be useful. Siege Hulk as well. Being used in the Cursed City, that is. But also, I do use Siege Hulk in Faction Wars. Still Skull, same thing. I do use him in Faction Wars and wherever he can apply in the Cursed City. So those are going to be useful, at least for some, potentially for some of the awaken stages. All right, so I checked in on the tournament and we were sitting pretty at 599, basically 600 points. So we still have 250 to go for the first legendary tome, but we did get the Void Shard at least this go round, so there's something to celebrate there. And also, of course, the side product or side benefit of all of these pulls is getting the Eternal Soul Coins or Immortal Soul Coins, which we can use for Essence to buy some souls. So that is the saving grace. I think I'm going to do 3 Immortals. At least start with 3 Immortals and see if we can get close, and maybe more if we're really getting close. But again, the small sample truncated average here would be around 12 for Immortal Soulstone. So let's see if we can confirm that, or hopefully not confirm that. First one is 6, and yep, pretty much what we expect to see. Unfortunately, 4-star rare for a champion I do not use. Unfortunate. 3, that is a 3-star rare. Yeah, this is why we set the minimum, so that when we get the bad RNG, we can just move on with our life and accept it. Yeah, another 3-star rare. Okay, we're not going to waste these. That's not doing anything. So basically 600 is how far we got this go around with 70 mortals. I think, honestly, it might have been better than our last session just because we have that huge 4-star mythical soul pop up. So this is nice also getting the Eternal Soul Coins. We will take that. And you know what? I'll just keep you guys here while we get rid of these. Low tier souls. Rid of those. So overall, there's nothing really amazing that happened in this session aside from getting the 4-star mythical soul here at the top, which still don't have any mythical champion, but hey, it's good for the points, so we will happily accept that. And I did mention it already, but we're going to convert all of this into essence, which is great because now I can afford to buy the 4-star soul for Harima. So whenever she pops up in the shop next go round, she will be mine. She will be 4-star. I'm kind of excited to try her out in some different blessing when the rework comes later this week or next week, whatever. So that'll be interesting to see. I might run like Soul Reap or something, depending on how the stats fall out. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video, the Soulstone opening session. Nothing really amazing happened. Nothing like game-changing came out of these. And but I think we did confirm our lower average values. So I think it is worthwhile to redo some of the numbers with the smaller average in there. Let me know, guys, if you do want to see that in the spreadsheet. That way we can have a more realistic expectation of what you will get from Mortal Soulstones. Because again, this is the free-to-play experience, right? You're not going to have 500 Mortal Soulstones to open to really start converging on the true universal average. It's going to be most often small samples. But hey, you never know. Sometimes you'll be luckier than the average. Let me know if you opened any Soulstones for this session and what you were able to get from them, if there's anything amazing. And as always, if you did enjoy the video, then be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.